pays the price and sets me free. But tonight, what does God's wonderful grace mean to you as you sit here in this church and you've just heard us sing about it? Can it mean something to you? Does it have a relevance to where you are right now, or is it just a churchified word? We want to tell you tonight that God's grace can mean something very, very important to you. In fact, it could be the most important decision you'll ever make this evening. But first of all, what is God's wonderful grace that we've just been singing about? Do you know, if you take the letters of grace, G-R-A-C-E, you can make a phrase that tonight will tell you what God's wonderful grace is all about. And the phrase is this: God's riches at Christ's expense. You see, God's wonderful grace is that He, God Almighty, creator of heaven and of earth, would send His only Son to be born in a dirty little manger in Bethlehem, to live in the little town of Nazareth, to be an unknown carpenter, and then go to the most humiliating of deaths, the death upon a cross, for you this evening. For God so loved the world. For God so loved every single one of you here in the church this evening that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but should have everlasting life. And that is the decision, the choice that you have tonight, the choice that God is giving you, the choice of accepting His Son, Jesus Christ, so that you can have that eternal life that He's offering to you. In fact, Jesus said, "Come unto me, all ye that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Tonight, are you looking for that rest? Tonight, have you tried so many different things, but you know that the world has nothing to offer? Tonight, Christ has everything to offer you. Taste and see how good He is. And tonight you can experience that rest and that peace and that security in Jesus Christ. Peace that passeth all understanding. Tonight you can have that if you will only accept Jesus Christ. It's so simple, yet it's the most important decision you'll make tonight. And yes, right now you've got to realize you will make a decision. Tonight you will decide to accept Jesus Christ, or tonight you will decide to reject Him. Our prayer is that tonight you will find Jesus Christ as your Savior and as your friend. And tonight you can do that. But first of all, you have to realize something. First of all, you have to realize that you've done wrong, that you've sinned. Now, I know that's a word we don't like to use very much in our world today. Why? Because we're prideful people. And we don't like to be told that we've done wrong. But it says in God's holy word in the Bible, in Romans 3 verse 23, "For all have sinned, and fallen short of the glory of God." And this sin has put a gulf between us and God. And no matter how hard you try, no matter what you try and do, you can't cross that gulf. You can't cross that gulf by going to church every Sunday. Doesn't matter what denomination you go to. Whether you go to Methodist, to Presbyterian, to Baptist, to Catholic, to Mennonite, to Episcopalian, none of those religions, none of those things will help you cross that gulf. You can't cross that gulf by reading your Bible, by praying, by giving money to charities, by being in this town, in this community's eyes, a good person. None of those things will cross that gulf. And then right now, because of that sin, there is a penalty. And it says in Romans 6 verse 23, "For the wages of sin is death." That's what God's word says. But you know, if that verse ended there, there would be no point in us coming to sing to you. You see, it doesn't, because it goes on to a wonderful and a glorious conclusion. It says the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of God to you this evening is eternal life in Christ Jesus. Nothing, absolutely nothing that you try and do in your own strength or in your own power can cross that gulf, but it was by God sending Jesus Christ so that tonight you can pass from death to life. And tonight God is calling you through his Son, Jesus Christ. Tonight Jesus Christ is knocking. He said in Revelation 3 verse 20, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone will open that door, I will come in and eat with him, and he will eat with me. Tonight Jesus Christ is knocking on the door to your heart, and he wants to come in because he loves you and because he's got so much for you. Now it's your turn to decide. You've heard the words, and you know they're true. Why? Because they're speaking inside of you. They're calling you to come away. Now will you come? Or will you stand? Tonight, Christ is saying, come unto me, all ye that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This evening, do you need Jesus Christ? In a moment, we're going to give you an opportunity to receive him. But you know, I know there are a lot of believers here this evening. And believers, we've been talking a lot about running a race. A race that we have been put upon, as it says in 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24. I wonder this evening, are you still running that race with the same vigor and the same determination and the same commitment you had when you first came to Jesus Christ? Or if tonight so many problems and obstacles got in your way, a marriage problem, a work problem, a job problem, a school problem, a relationship problem, a church problem, so many things that are in your way that right now you're not running on that race that Christ has put you upon. But he's sitting by the side of the racetrack of life completely defeated. Oh, yet you're doing all the right things. You've been seen at all the right meetings. Your friends think things are going well. But you know you're not paying God heart service. You're just paying him lip service. And in fact, tonight, your Christian life is a complete sham. Oh, believers, it does not have to end there. So many Christians go through the rest of their walk with God defeated. Tonight, Jesus Christ wants to pick you up. And he wants to put you back in that race. And he wants you to run with perseverance the race that he has set before you, forgetting what is behind and striving for what is ahead. And you know, you don't have to do that on your own. Because when we do things on our own as individuals and as churches, in our own strength and our own power, we'll fall flat on our faces. Know this, but united to Jesus Christ, we will stand. But divided from him, we'll fall. Tonight, believers, as you sit here in the church, where's Christ in your life? Is he in first place? Or is he dropped back into second and third? He wants to be in first. He's called us to a job to do. He's called us as believers to go out as missionaries. Go out into all the world, baptizing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And it says, lo, I am with you always to the end of the age. Every single one of us as believers are missionaries. We're missionaries for Jesus Christ. Are we trying to do that on our own? Or are we going with him where he's calling? Delight yourself in the Lord, the psalmist says, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Jesus said in John 10 verse 10, I have come so that you may have life and life in its fullness. Oh, believers, tonight, will you put Christ back in first place, so that in a few moments when you go from these doors out into the world, as missionaries, as believers in Jesus Christ, you can do as the book of Philippians tells us we must do. We will go out and shine like stars as we offer the message of life to this hurting, this needy, and this dying world. I'm going to ask everybody to bow their heads and to close their eyes. Don't be looking right now. This is the most important part of our program this evening. You know, maybe for the very first time this evening, you realize you need Jesus Christ. Yeah, you might be going to church for a long while. Maybe this is the first time you've come inside to a religious meeting, but right now you realize you need to open that door, confess those sins, and ask Jesus Christ to come in. Or maybe you're a believer here this evening, been a believer for a long while, or maybe for a very short while. But as you sit here in the comfort of the church, you know that Christ is not in first place. That he's dropped a second or third. This evening we're going to sing a short chorus, a chorus song that I'm sure most of you know. It's called All to Jesus I Surrender. All to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust him, in his presence live. And as we sing that chorus this evening, tonight, if Jesus Christ is calling you, maybe for the first time, or maybe you realize you need to put him back into first place, I'm going to ask you to do something. Something that might take a lot of courage this evening, maybe something you've never done before. I'm going to ask you, if Christ is calling you, to raise your hand. It's not to show the people sitting around you what you're doing, but it's to say to God in heaven tonight, God, I love you. And my God, I do business with you. As we sing, if Jesus Christ is calling you this evening, please respond to him by raising your hand. Sing that just one more time. Sing. I don't want to drag it out. I don't want to make this an emotional time. Tonight, Jesus Christ is calling you. Respond to him. Don't be frightened. Because tonight he loves you. Do you know he loved you so much that he died for you? Jesus is saying to you right now, come unto me, all ye that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. As we sing, respond to him right now by raising your hand. sent Jesus Christ to die for us. That in all our inadequacies and all our failings, you have made us a new person. Lord, I pray that you'll help us as we run the race you've put us upon. Not in our own strength, but in your strength. That we can go out and tell this world that Jesus Christ is not dead, but that Jesus Christ is alive. Lord, use us in your name. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have made the decision tonight, whether you raised your hand or not, we are glad and excited for you, because that is the reason that we've come here. Now, there's going to be a group of Continentals down here at the front in the outfits that you see them in that have got nothing else to do but want to speak to you this evening. Other Continentals will be around the church this evening. And any one of us would love to talk to you. If you've made the decision tonight, whether you raised your hand or not, or whether you'd just like to speak to us about the things you've been singing about or talking about, please, please don't leave this place without seeing one of us. We have one final song for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You know, one time we're all going to see Jesus Christ. For some of us here, and for those already gone to be with the Lord, that is going to be in heaven. And our last song talks about a man who experiences that, experiences the joy of going to be in heaven with his Lord, when he sees the continued glory, the continued power, and the continued majesty. To God the Father, and to God the Son. Join with us this evening, in spirit and in song, as we sing, All Rise.
As I walked into the room, as I stood before him face to face, I was gloriously made new. There was a great and awesome presence, and light bright as the day. And as I bowed to kneel with the angels, I heard the Spirit say, all rise, all rise, to stand before that throne in the presence of the Holy One. All rise, as we worship the Messiah. All rise. Then I looked at those all around me with their hands uplifted high, and then the Spirit laid his hands on me, and I uplifted mine, and they were singing hallelujah, praise unto his name. And as I bowed to kneel with the angels, I heard the Spirit say, all rise, to stand before the throne in the presence of the Holy One. All rise,
Ladies and gentlemen, we do hope that tonight you have been challenged. Like we said earlier, if you've made the decision tonight, whether you raised your hand or not, or whether you'd just like to speak to us about the things you've been singing about or talking about, please, please, talk to one of us before you leave this place. I have a last few announcements before we release you. First of all those between the ages of 16 and 26, because you have been the best Sunday night audience we've had this week, catches every time. You've won yourself a free audition for the Continentals Singers and Orchestra. We've got lots of opportunities if you'd like to tour with us, not only in the summer, in the fall. We have a very special tour going out next spring, the spring of 1989. It's our premier spring tour. And it's going to be spending 2.5 months in America, and then it's going to be spending a month overseas in the Mediterranean, in the countries of Italy and Greece. So if you like pasta and Greek food, love to see you up at the piano. You can come and see Torben and come and see Andy, and we'll be doing some auditions there. Don't forget our tapes and our CDs and our clothes that you can wear, a very important part of our ministry. Maybe tonight you've been challenged with some of the songs that you've heard us sing. All the songs tonight are available on one cassette or another, and they're available at the back, and the Continentals would love to talk to you. Go back and spend some time at the tables. Just want to thank you for the snack you gave us earlier, and for the way you're going to provide a meal for us after this concert, and for the way you're going to house us this evening. Can I just see all those that are housing us this evening? Pop your hands up nice and high. Jolly good. Now keep those hands up. Oh, keep those hands up. Okay, those without their hands up, look at those with their hands up. Oh no, Pastor, their hand up. Okay, those without their hands up, see those with their hands up? Okay, those without their hands up, you've got a job. You need to pray for those people. I mean, look what you Americans did when we brought all that tea over. You threw it all in the harbour. No. And now all you've got is Lipton's. No. Lipton's, yes. And some fell on the stony ground. No. Those that are housing the Continentals, if you come down here on my right-hand side in the first 4 rows, you can meet my housing coordinator, Bonnie, and she'll give you some instructions so that you can take us home and have a good time. Because we're looking forward to going back and spending some more time with you. I have one last announcement. I have 2 very important young men on my tour. They're my 2 assistant directors, Glenn and Andy. Now, I know I couldn't do the job God has put me here to do without their help. And when I asked them to come on this tour, I put them on our Leadership Development Fund or our By Faith Scholarship. We call it a By Faith Scholarship because we actually don't have a scholarship scheme. You see, we believe, God willing, we minister to the congregations we come to daily. We minister to each other within the group. But then on December the 4th, when this group's finished, we believe in sending effective leaders back out into the community to where God has called them. And so I've challenged myself over the remaining 5 weeks of this tour to reduce that deficit. And maybe you can help me tonight as I do that. If you could give me a gift of $50 tonight, I'll give you a cassette of the program we've been singing. If you could give me a gift of $100, I'll give you 2 cassettes. But tonight, just for you, if you could give me a gift of $1,000, you see the bus outside, it's yours. No, if you could help with a gift, doesn't matter how small or how large it is, I'd love to see you at the front afterwards. I'm going to come and ask the pastor to come back, and he's going to close this evening.
Well, I'm sure that you agree with me this evening that the Lord has really blessed us and encouraged our hearts as we focused in on Him. You know, it's not fair to sing songs like that and not give a minister time to preach.